Hello, fifth graders, and welcome to your math lesson. For today, you will need your 5A textbook, your 5A workbook, your math resource binder, and paper and a pencil. Or if you choose, perhaps, whiteboard marker. So to get us started, we are going to do a warm-up problem. So go ahead and pause. When you're done, come on back and see how you did. So for this is not something you're needing to solve mentally. So hopefully you rewrote it long division style. And remember, we're looking at, this is like about 20. 18 is about like 20. So how many times would 20 go into 70? Say 3 times total, right? So now we multiply. 3 times 8 is 24. We hang on to our 2, okay? 3 times 1 is 3, plus those 2 would be 5. And we subtract. 9 minus 4 is 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. This 15 is less than 18, which is what we want. That's good. So we have an answer of 3, remainder 15. Hopefully you got that correct. As we get into today's objective, fifth graders, we're going to do more dividing by a 2-digit number. In fact, we're really going to be doing that for the next many days, is working on dividing by a 2-digit number. So I'm just going to refresh our memories a little bit about the steps of division, which this is in your math resource binder, so you should get that out, the steps of 2-digit division. I'm going to walk you through it, and then we're going to practice. Lots of practice today, like usual, okay? So I'm flipping you around, and we take a quick look. So remember, step 1 is to do that division. Pardon my jerky camera work while I get this better position. There we go. We do that division, right? And so I've been encouraging you guys to have that X there to keep track of that fact, right? So we divide 51 divided by 12. It goes in 4 times. Then we multiply. 4 times 12 is 48. Then we subtract. 51 minus 48 is 3. Then we bring down a 4. We actually didn't have to do any bringing down yesterday. And then we repeat, which means go back to the beginning. Divide. 12, so we say 34 divided by 12, you get 2. Multiply. 2 times 12 is 24. Subtract. 34 minus 24 is 10. Bring down. There's nothing to bring down, which means there's nothing to repeat, so we find the remainder. 42, remainder 10. I'm going to keep going over these notes for the next several days because it's the same kind of notes that we're going to be using for our division throughout. At this point, fifth graders, we're going to be working in our 5A textbooks, page 46. So go ahead and open. Hopefully you've got your paper or whiteboard and you can work along with me as we do some more 2-digit division. So remember, at the start, you're going to kind of just do what I do. You don't have to solve it on your own. You can work with me. And then I'll actually tell you when it's time for you to pause and try some on your own. So to start, we're working on problem 7, which asks us to divide 78 by 26. Now is a great time, fifth graders, to remember this neat writing, lining up numbers carefully is going to be really important as we're working on our division. You might be inclined to say, well, this is about 30, but I actually think this is going to make more sense to say this is about 25, okay? 25, think about it like quarters, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. So I'm going to try 3 here, okay? So that's our division. Now we multiply. 3 times 6 is 18. We hang on to that 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 more is 7. We subtract and we get a 0. What do we learn? There's actually no remainder here. And if you look at the textbook, they had us trying 2, okay? But when we do 2 times 26 and get 52 and then subtract, we see that this is equal to our divisor, which means we were too small. If your remainder is equal to or greater than your divisor, that means you got to try again. So we're going to do a few together. Remember, you're just working with me for now, and then I'll let you know when you can pause and try on your own. So 8a, 68 divided by 17. This is about 20. 20 goes into 60 3 times, so we're going to try 3. I probably should be working in pencil based on yesterday, so maybe I'll switch after this problem. 3 times 7 is 21. We hang on to that 2. 3 times 1 is 3, plus that 2 back is 5. Now we subtract. 8 minus 1 is 7. 6 minus 5 is 17. Oh, what did I learn? This is equal to, which actually means we can go up higher. This is where my erasing would have been helpful. 8 times 17 is 68, making our remainder 0. So the correct answer here is 4. Miss Burry is now going to show prudence and switch over to using a pencil in case I make similar mistakes. So B, we're doing 77 divided by 25. This makes me think of this one up here where I was thinking of quarters. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents. So we'll try 3. 3 times 5 is 15. We've got that 1. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. We subtract and get a 2. 2 is less than 25, which is what we want. So our answer is 3, remainder 2. Let's try C together. 94 divided by 33. Let's see. I say this is about 30. 30 goes into 93 times, so let's try. I have some hunches already, but let's try. Now we multiply. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. Subtract, what do we notice? Too big. This is too big, so we actually need to erase. And instead of doing 3, we're going to try 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 3 is 6. Now we subtract. 14 minus 6 is 8. 8 minus 6 is 2. 28 is less than 33. Wonderful. That means our answer is 2, remainder 28. Fifth graders, I'm going to ask you to pause and try D, E, and F on your own. Then come on back and see how you did. Remember, I'm going to go a little bit quicker because you should have solved these already. 83 divided by 21. Now, if you rounded to 20, you might have started with 4, which would have been a reasonable place to start. However, if you did your multiplication, you would have gotten 84, which doesn't work. So we actually have to do 3 here. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. We subtract and get 20. 20 is just below 21. So our answer is 3, remainder 20. Again, maybe you had to go back and fix to find that answer, and that is just great. That's kind of a part of this strategy. For E, same thing. If you rounded this to 40, you might have said 40 goes into 80 twice and tried 2. But if you tried that, you would have found out it was too big. So we have to do 1. 1 times 43 is 43. We subtract to get 41. 41 is just below 43. So our answer is 1, remainder 41. And F, 75 divided by 15. Again, you might have had to try a little bit of this and a little bit of that to find it out, but hopefully in the end you tried 5 as your answer. 5 times 5 is 25. We hang on to that 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 more is 7. We get an exact answer, 5 with no remainder. All right, fifth graders, we're going to continue working together. Again, you're back to just doing what I'm doing, so you don't need to work on your own. Just work with me for now. 285 divided by 33. So we see that 33 does not go into 2, does not go into 28. So now we're trying to figure out how many times it goes into 285. Okay. If this is approximately 30, we're kind of thinking 270. That would be like 9 times. I have a hunch I might have to go back and change that. But we're going to start with 9 as my estimate. Okay, 9 times 3 is 27. So we write our 7 and hang on to our 2. 9 times 3 is 27 again, plus 2 is 29. Was my hunch correct? Yeah, it was. I went too high. So we need to drop to 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Hang on to that 2. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 2 more is 26. And now we subtract. Should get 21, which is less than 33. So our answer is 8, remainder 21. It looks like they did the same thing in the textbook. Let's try 10 together. Trying to remember today to give myself enough space so I don't have to scrunch my answers in. 78 does not go into 4 or into 7. So now we're going to think. We're going to round this to 80. How many times does 80 go into 473? I'm going to say 5 times. 6 times would be 48 or 480, which would be too high. But we might have to change this. 5 times 8 is 40. We hang on to our 4. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 4 more is 39. And we subtract. 3 minus 0 is 3. 17 minus 9 is 8. It was too low. Our remainder is greater than our divisor, so we're actually going to go back and change this to 6. That happens sometimes with our division, and we just have to try again. 6 times 8, you should get 48. Hang on to the 4. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 4 more is 46. We subtract and get 5. So our answer is 6, remainder 5. And look, they did the same thing. 5th graders, we're going to do 3 more together, and then I'm going to have you pause and try 3 on your own. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. So 11A, I'm going to move this because it's actually a little bit tricky to write right now. So 11A, we're doing 207 divided by 23. Okay. So we have about 20, although I think for me, I want to think of it like 25. So we can know that there are 4 25s in 100, right? And we have 200, so that would be 8. So let's try 8. 8 times 3 is 24. We hang on to our 2. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 2 more is 18. We subtract and get 23. What do we notice? It's equal to our divisor, which means we can actually do one more. And we should know then that when we multiply 9 times 23, we're going to get 207. So no remainder. Let's try B. 236 divided by 39. This is about 40. So I'm going to say it's going to go in about 5 times. 40 times 5 is 200. But I have a feeling I might have to change again. 5 times 9 is 45, so we write our 5 and hang on to our 4. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4 more is 19. We subtract, get 41. You're probably figuring out that the theme of this lesson is that sometimes our estimates require us to go back and redo, and that's just fine. It's a part of our division. 6 times 9 is 54. Hang on to our 5. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 5 is 23. We subtract and get 2, which is less than 39. So our answer is 6, remainder 2. All right, 5th graders, we're going to do one more together, and then I'm going to have you pause and work on your own. So C is asking us to do 474 divided by 79. So 79, I'm going to round to 80. We're going to just try 6, okay? 80 wouldn't go into 474, but we'll try it and see how it goes, okay? So 6 times 9 is 54. Hang on to our 5. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 5 is 47. Ah, I chose right. We got an answer of 6. So fifth graders, I'd like you to pause, try D, E, and F. Come on back and see how you did. You might have had to do some changes like I had to do, okay, as you're working through. Part of that is what we're working on, trying to work through this together, okay? So when you did your division, hopefully you ultimately figured out it goes in 8 times. 8 times 4 is 32, so we write our 2 and hang on to our 3. 8 times 6 is 48, plus 3 more is 51. We subtract and get 60. So our answer is 8, remainder 60. Next, you should have tried E. 464 divided by 58. This is about 60. So that's the estimate that I would have used in order to find the answer. You should have tried some things and ended up at 8. 8 times 8 is 64. We hang on to that 6. 8 times 5 is 40, plus 6 is 46. So our answer here is actually 8. A nice round even 8. And F. 640 divided by 93. Hopefully you ended up with 6 as your whole number here. 6 times 3 is 18, and we hang on to our 1. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 1 more is 55. We subtract. 10 minus 8 is 2. We can't subtract here, so we have to regroup again. 13 minus 5 is 8, so our answer should be 6, remainder 82. Again, lots and lots of division today, fifth graders, right? Hopefully it was going well for you. So for practice, you're going to work on page 48 in your workbook for practice. And then once you're done, you're going to check your answer with the key that's provided, okay? Your homework is going to be an attached document. You can complete that homework on any piece of paper that you've got, but remembering to copy the problems carefully and work carefully. And then once you're done, you're going to take a picture and submit that work. Good luck, fifth graders.